Hello from Thailand. This is the first video that I ever create for YouTube and I hope you like it, but also please be kind. And this video is gonna be about meditation retreats, also called silent retreats. And I was so lucky to be able to attend one 7-day retreat here on Koh Samui in Thailand. The name of that center was Dipabhavan meditation center, and yeah, now you will hear my review, and hopefully this will inspire people to dare to go on such retreats. Let's start with some pictures. Here is the outside Buddha, here is the female dorm, and also the corridor. Some beautiful nature which the center was surrounded by. A shala with great view, the meditation hall, and the food hall where they served the lovely vegetarian food. And fun fact, I've been a vegetarian ever since. So, since it is a silent retreat, that means that you're not allowed to speak with anyone or anything during your whole stay there. You are supposed to be in silence. And this was also a Buddhist meditation center, which means that it was run by volunteers and also by monks that took care of the place and had the Dhamma talks with us. And that also means that you need to cover up. You are not allowed to wear any low neck shirts, tops, anything that shows your belly or back. You need to cover your upper arms. You also need to cover all the way down to your knees, over the knees actually. So they have some rules that you need to follow, but it's so worth it. Here is the schedule, as you can see. And at Dipabhavan, you can actually choose between 2 different courses. The first course, that is in intervals on 30 minutes at a time. Sorry, I got distracted because there is an aunt that walks over the camera. But I'm not gonna let it disturb me. The other course, course 2, is intervals of 45 minutes, which means that, course 2 is longer than course 1. You basically need to sit for a longer period in meditation, you need to walk longer in the walking meditation, and everything that you do is basically for a longer period of time. So if you don't have any experience with meditation, select course 1, but if you do have and want to challenge yourself a bit extra, select course 2. I went for course 2 because I am a yogi and I'm used to sitting with a good posture, at least I think so, but it went fine. If some of you are worried that you can't sit for a longer period at a time, not even 30 minutes, just know that you are allowed to change positions. You're allowed to sit cross-legged in lotus pose, in this prayer pose, kind of on your feet. And they have this wooden thing that you can use to put your feet in and sit on top of it with your butt so that you don't put any pressure on your legs or knees. And last solution is also a chair. So you are allowed to sit on a chair if you have back pain or such. And there is yoga every morning, and you are allowed to do yoga after every session if you want to, alone as well. So your body shouldn't be affected negatively by this, absolutely not. And as you can see on the schedule, the day started 4:30, and it was a beautiful gong gong which the volunteers were ringing every morning. And it woke you up in a pleasant way, I must say. We don't have a lot of spare time, but that is also actually fine, because during check-in, you need to deliver all your electronic devices. So you're not allowed to bring a mobile phone, tablet, computer, anything. You're also not allowed to bring anything else that can disturb your mind, such as books, journals, pen, camera, everything that can distract you, you're not allowed to bring, basically. You're supposed to be there only with your mind, and that is the only tool you have. So in our group, we were actually only 12 people in total. The volunteer that worked there during the introduction, he told us that normally there are groups of 60 people. So he was pretty happy that we were a smaller group, and unfortunately we were only 8 during a checkout, which means that 4 people dropped out during the 7 days, and yeah, what can I say about that? Here you can see a picture of my beautiful group, the ones that were remaining during checkout. Dipabhavan meditation center is actually free of charge. You can go there without paying anything for your stay, which is great, but since it is run by monks and volunteers, you are of course welcome to make a donation in the end of your stay. And I'm pretty sure that all the people that have been there have made some donations. And it would be pretty weird if you don't, since you stay there for free, they cook lovely food for you, so of course they deserve something in return. The reason why I decided to check in, that was actually because I wanted to get rid of some addictions that I had, and I also wanted to become better in meditation. And yeah, I did succeed. I did manage to get rid of some addictions, for sure. I was addicted to nose spray, I was addicted to caffeine, I was addicted to, snus, this nicotine thing, the bags that you put under the lips. And also, I won't mention everything here, but it went fine. The first 3 days were rough. I don't think I slept at all. It at least didn't feel like I did. But remarkably enough, I managed to go through the days with a very good mood. It was very surreal. It was like you were in a dream state the whole time. If any of you have ever tried mushrooms, it's kind of the same feeling when you have a good trip. So it was remarkable. I remember all the colors were so vibrant, and the nature, the animals, everything was so peaceful, and it meant so much to me. But what took me by surprise by this meditation center was that we had to sleep on these wooden beds with a wooden pillow. And here you can actually see my bedroom. I'm used to sleeping in a pretty soft bed with air conditioning, and this was like a wooden bed with no fan at all. So that took me by surprise. I was not aware of this. And also that they didn't have any mirrors anywhere, which I didn't know. So I didn't bring any mirror, I didn't bring anything like that, because of course you're not supposed to care about how you look there. So basically I didn't look myself in the mirror for 7 days because I didn't bring any pocket mirror, you know. And then it was like on the 4th day, I remember that we always ate from this metal balls, and in these balls you could get a picture of yourself a little bit, like a reflection it's called. And I remember on the 4th day I would just put the pot up here and like look myself in it, and I was like, what the fuck, like here I am, and I look normal, so it was fine. But it really made me focus more on the inside than the outside, which I'm pretty happy about now, because I am pretty conscious regarding how I look, and I always thought I have a good side, I have a bad side, always like thinking how do I stand positions to the people I speak with. But without any mirrors, you stopped caring about the outside, so that was great. But on the 4th day in the retreat, I started to struggle a bit, and that was basically because I expected too much, because some people manage to see different kind of visions or get some sort of insights during meditations. They can see the secrets of the universe, secrets regarding life and rebirth and death and everything, you know. But what I managed to see was one big aunt, and I saw a lot of tulips in pink and purple, and I also saw a lot of leaves. That is basically everything I saw during my meditations for 7 days. So on day 4, I was a little bit like, why the fuck don't I see anything? So I got a little bit irritated because of that, but on day 6, my mood got up again, then it was a lot better, so that was good. What also took me by surprise was all the amazing animals that were everywhere, or reptiles, or what you call it. So I have some funny stories. One time I was going to the toilet, and when I lift up the, what is this called, toilet seat? When I lift up the toilet seat, there is a fucking big tarantula on the toilet seat. And it was not dead, it was alive, it was moving. And I was like, okay, fuck this, I'm gonna go to a different toilet. So then I just closed the toilet and went to a different one. And one of the things that they thought was there was that fear is an illusion. So basically, don't be afraid of anything. And I kind of live by that. I've done it for a longer period. So I didn't let anything kind of get me frightened. And that was chill. And I also had 2 green snakes that fell from trees in front of my face while I was doing these walking meditations. And yes, one of the time I shook a little bit because it took me by surprise, but I just walked by them. And I've heard that green snakes are not poisonous here in Thailand, so then I wasn't in a worry for that. It was also one scorpion in the basement, and the issue was that the female toilet and shower area is in the basement of this building. So basically all the females need to go by that basement in order to enter the showers and toilets area. And I saw the scorpion and I was like, fuck, it's a scorpion and it's trapped here. It can't get up because it was stairs on both sides. So I was like, fuck. And then I decided to walk up, and then I met a girl that were on her way down. So then I kind of warned her, like, sorry, there is a scorpion in the basement, so that she would be aware of it, because as we all know, they are poisonous. So then she was like, oh, I know. And I was like, okay. And that was that. But then I decided to rescue this scorpion because it was trapped there. I looked everywhere, it couldn't get out. So I took this small box. It was like a small box in the toilet for some reason, which it was a bit paper in it. So I took it and then I put it on the ground, and the scorpion walked in it, and then I carried it. But the thing is that I don't know anything about scorpions. I don't know if they can jump. I don't know if they can climb up plastic, which this box was made of. So I basically didn't know. So I was walking like this, like, like you don't do anything. And it went fine. I let it go outside in the nature, and it walked around. And the only thing it did when I took it in the box was this with the tail, like I'm gonna bite you, kind of sting you, or what to do. So I was like, okay, fuck, this is gonna cause problems. But it went fine. Basically, my nightmare is ants. I think I have some trauma regarding ants from the past. We used to sleep a lot in tents when I was younger, so it might be some annoying ants then, I don't know, but I fucking hate ants. But now I have a more neutral mind to it. But something happened regarding ants as well. So the first night there, as you saw my bedroom, the thing behind the bed, it was this in front of the window, kind of like this window, what do you call it, window shelf, I don't know. And on this shelf, it was a track of ants. It was probably 1 million of ants. It was 5 centimeter width and many meters wide. Length? Yes. So it was a lot of ants there. And that was basically because someone probably had candy or food with them in there. And yes, that affected me because all of the ants were in my room. But we luckily had this mosquito net that we slept in, so I felt pretty safe. And with my attitude, I'm gonna make this no matter what, I just did it. But God was challenging me because I experienced some weird, crazy shit in there. So as I mentioned briefly, I stopped with nicotine while I was there. And the reason for that is also because it's not allowed to bring any nicotine in there. It's not allowed to bring snus or cigarettes or Viper, no matter what you use, basically. So just have that in mind. It is a great way to quit with addictions to check into a place like this, especially for people like me that feel like they don't manage to quit in their normal daily life. And then when you check into a place like this, it just goes easy for some reason. I don't know why, but it went so easy for me. And I also didn't start after I checked out. Yeah, it was great. And I'm so proud that I don't use nicotine. I've done it for fucking 15 years, half of my life. So, kudos! So what did I learn in there? At Dipabhavan Meditation Center, they teach you how to meditate. They teach you how to observe your breath, how to stay calm, find peace. And we also learned a lot of Buddhist philosophy during our Dhamma talks. It's not about wanting to see something. It is actually about letting go and just be, and yeah, then remarkable stuff will happen eventually. I just find peace, like the silence, and to learn to control your mind, your thoughts. That is pretty remarkable, and when you know how to do that, the sky is the limit. And if I can do this, you can also do this, so go for it. So if this sounds like something for you, you want to challenge yourself and you would like to get some more peace inside, hopefully, try out this meditation center. You can find the link in the description below, and I hope you enjoy it.